Hi Leo, welcome to your reading. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is a monthly reading for the whole year. So you have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Two cards for October, November, and December. Then I also drew up the main card of the year for you is the Nine of Swords. So this is the overall yearly energy for you. So Nine of Swords is worrying too much. It's mostly like generally it's over worrying, um, anxiety, expecting the worst. Also it could be a bad dream, having a bad dream about something, as in did I already say expecting the worst? Yeah, expecting the worst. Well, okay, it's worrying to the extent where your fears follow you to your dreams and cause nightmares. So that's your yearly message. That's your yearly energy. Um, so feeling like you're waking up from a nightmare. So that could generally just be a message for you to be careful about over worrying. It doesn't mean that there is a nightmare ahead for you. It just means that you may be really, really worried about something this year overall. Um, Then for January, you have the Ace of Wands, so that's new beginnings. I think almost every sign has had a new beginning now. So Ace of Wands, new beginnings. You have a butterfly here as well, transformations. Um, I see this as freedom as well, and establishing yourself too, with that wand embedded into the soil. Also maybe distancing yourself from something to see it from a different view. But generally, this is new beginnings. It's a good card. It's also about passion as well. It's a one's energy, so passion. I do sometimes see this as being about love, especially with the sunset and the castle. You do have a really love, like there's a big energy of love with your reading. You have Ace of Wands, Two of Cups, and you have the Lovers and the Knight of Cups, which is a romance offer. And you have the Empress, which is it could be about childbirth, pregnancy, stuff like that. Um, so quite a few cards about romance. So new beginnings, likely about passions. So maybe starting a new passion, getting involved in a new passion. It could be someone or could be a new activity that really drives you. Um, or could simply be a new beginning. Generally, a new beginning. Ace of Wands. There's a lot to be said with that card. With the Two of Cups, that is a commitment. I'm seeing a commitment to something, with someone, likely with someone. It could be exchanging, contracts, for example. It could simply be, it could be meeting someone as well, because again, Ace of Wands. So it could be meeting someone and reaching a new stage of the relationship. It could be marriage as well, Two of Cups. They're exchanging cups, like exchanging rings. I'm not exchanging cups, but they're clinking cups. But I sometimes see it as exchanging cups. So for some of you, they like take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If something doesn't resonate, you can just leave it behind. So Two of Cups could be marriage or commitment of some sorts. Could be a more platonic set kind of commitment. For example, a commitment to a responsibility. Maybe you work something with someone business wise, so a business partner, for example. I'm also seeing like fleshing out the surface. So with the background being so smooth and crystal clear, I'm seeing like transparency. There's no hidden motives going on. It's all clearly the emotions, emotions are being put out there. So trusting one another as well. Um, Then Four of Swords, I do, as I always say, see that as a woman scorned. Generally, this is someone resting, but with this deck, it looks more like a woman who's very, very hurt. Regardless of your own gender, I'm going on based off the cards. So the woman in this card looks to me very hurt and looking for revenge or looking to hurt the people that hurt her. So an eye for an eye sort of thing. So this is for March. Some of you may be hurt by someone or something. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you'd rather go by the general meaning, for some of you, it's more about resting in March. You may simply be resting more. So after things are moving, Ace of Wands, quick moving energy. So after things be moving, so in March, you just rest and relax. So not much going on in March. But if you're okay with going and you feel like this, what I'm saying with this card is resonates with you, then I'm saying with this card, I'm seeing someone who's hurt and looking to get revenge. Um, I'm not seeing them actually doing the revenge, but generally just wanting revenge. She's holding a sword as well, and looks very angry. So then the next card, Knight of Pentacles, that is commitment. That's again commitment. This is a more slow moving card. This card Knight. This card, Knight takes his time to reach his goals. This Knight has a goal in mind, and regardless of any obstacle in his way, he goes on forwards. Regardless of how long it will take, regardless of what's in his way, he keeps going. So maybe for some of you, it's to do with the a commitment here, likely from February, where regardless of what happens with the fourth swords or anything else, or the resting, you just keep going, and you keep going at your own pace. So you take your time. You don't have to rush through it. You can take your time to reach your goal. But you do have the 10 of Pentacles here, so you do eventually reach your goal. So for April, I'm seeing you just taking your time to do. So basically, you doing you do you. Take your time. Don't rush things. Basically, is what I see for April. For May, you reaching your goal. So either you reaching your goal, because this is a 10 of Pentacles. This is completion. After everything that's going on, after taking your time, you finally reached where you want to be. It could be one of many goals. It doesn't have to be the one goal. It could be one of many goals. Especially because it's the Pentacles, this is usually in the more material sense. So if your goal is to start a business, to buy a house, to start a family, maybe to increase your income, to earn more money, to starting something, whatever it is, while you reaching that goal. For the majority of you in May, for some of you it could be something else, as in reaching a goal. So not specifically your goal, but a goal and a huge goal. So not just like any goal, but like a really good goal, a goal of good magnitude, of high magnitude, basically. Also, I'm seeing like settling down. So after all that moving, finally setting. So Knight of Pentacles moves. So 10 of Pentacles with that house at the background as well. So finally settling down after moving and trying to find something or trying to reach something. So after reaching something, settling down. And the reason why I'm differentiating between reaching a goal and settling down is because settling down could mean finally coming to a conclusion of some sort, or some other things as well. So that's I'm separating those two. So then in June you have the Lovers. So again, more romance going on. I feel like the Lovers really speaks for itself. Like romance going on in June for the majority of you. You could be meeting someone, could be a continuation of whatever's going on here. It could be maybe like whatever happens here comes to a bit of a stop, and you take your time reconnecting with that person, and maybe eventually, and you maybe decide to focus on something else, and eventually you do reconnect with that person with the 10 of Pentacles and the Lovers card over there. And with the Angel there, I do see that as like you being guided to something or someone. The Lovers can talk about I guess sacrifice. It reminds me a bit of like a Romeo and Juliet thing. So sacrificing yourself for someone else. And yeah, I'd say, I think I'd leave that one there to move on. 7 of Wands. So this is the Lovers also reminds me of like a honeymoon stage. So some of you may be going through a honeymoon stage or something like that. 7 of Wands. So 7 of Wands is a competition. It's a battle. It's envy as well. So it could be you on this side or you on this side. So you envying someone or someone envying you, or you competing for someone or people competing for you, or you competing in something. But generally, I'm seeing a competition. For some people, it's more about envy, so being envious about someone, either you or someone else. I think, yeah, these are the main things I'm seeing with this card. Because it's someone on a higher platform with people on a lower platform, so that's like a difference in status or also circumstances. pointing their wands at the person on the higher platform. So that's aggression, and which could be caused by envy or something else. So Six of Swords after that, that is June, August, June, August, September. Sorry, July, August. So in August, I'm seeing you moving away from something or someone. It doesn't have to be you physically moving. This is a sword, so it could be you mentally moving. There could be something you've been thinking about a lot, you've been going back to, and you finally moving away from that thought. You finally moving away from that memory. And for some people, it could literally be moving away. You have a boat here, so traveling. But generally, with the water as well, that is giving me a sort of emotional sense as well. So you know how thoughts affect our emotions. So whatever thought or memory you've been maybe been going back to or will be going back to, could be about this. Seven of Wands could be about the Four of Swords or something else. Whatever it is, you moving away from it and leaving it behind. It can also be about leaving hurt behind. Again, water. So leaving emotional pain behind, moving on onto fresh waters. So for some people, it could be about, because I do focus more on the swords which are still on the boat with her. So you trying to move away or move on, but the thought still follows you. It's like it's as if the swords can't be seen, and the further she moves, it seems it's being ineffective, and they're still there. So regardless of whatever she tries, that past, that memory, those words, those thoughts are still following her. So that could be either the first example I gave or the second example I gave for some of you. So I'm seeing this in two different ways, two main different ways. And these two cards did come up in another reading. It was this card here and this card up here, I believe. I think it was for Gemini. So Page of Pentacles, September, and this card was also in the September position. So September, that is studying, learning something new. So maybe from moving on from something, you learn something new. Maybe some of you return to school or teach yourself something. Could be self-learning as well. Page of Pentacles, but you generally you going learning something new, you studying something, and you do have this person here who does look a bit like they're studying, they're writing something, planning something. Could be planning for pregnancy, planning. I'm seeing planting. Okay, I'm moving, going too fast with this one. So, studying, planting your roots into a subject, and growing your knowledge on that subject. So not just like generally studying, but really deeply getting involved in a subject and really studying it. That's what I'm seeing with this card. Three of Pentacles. So, okay, these two are together. Three of Pentacles with the Empress. I'm seeing this as someone who is planting a seed that will grow into something great. You have really huge trees behind the Empress here. And you have this person. The Empress is about creativity as well. It's about creation. It's about pregnancy. It's about fertility. What else? Things like that. Jewelry. Not just jewelry, but like treating yourself. It's Libra energy. So treating yourself, buying beauty as well. What else? Venus energy as well. So that Venus stuff basically. So with the Three of Pentacles there, I do see creativity. So starting something, planting the seeds, and it grows into something great. So the Three of Pentacles is the seeds, and the tree behind the Empress, or the Empress, is it's growing. And this is also about pregnancy, so growing. And because there's Pentacles as well, so that's the earth feel that goes with it too. For some of you, it's more about I'm seeing like creating a story about. I mean, for some of you, it could be like a biography of some sorts, or autobiography, or some sort of like documentary or something like that. Not sure why I thought that, but it just gives me that feeling with these two cards. So some of you is more about individuals. So the cards are individual. Some of you in this October, you'll be indulging in your creativity, planning something. I do see architecture as well with this card. Planning something. Usually this card is about creativity, but with this deck, I do see you working alone. So working alone on something, and then also in that same month, creating stuff. So again, creativity, but also having a fertile imagination. So again, that links with this. For some of you, it's more about pregnancy, maybe planning a pregnancy, maybe some of you getting pregnant. Maybe some of you simply taking care of yourself. Maybe you're planning like a glow up of some sorts. Could be a few range of things with these two cards. So now November, that is Page of Cups, curiosity, a childlike mind, being open to anything. So either some of you in November will be more open-minded about certain things, or something will happen that will require you to be open-minded, and to just accept it. Maybe a bit more playful as well. So to be flexible, to be fluid, like water. So not to get overwhelmed. Then December, Knight of Cups, so a romantic offer. Not sure if it's you or someone else, but someone is offering romance to someone else. Offering the heart. I usually see that's offering the heart to someone else. Someone very charming as well. I always like this reminds me of Prince Charming. It could be a Princess Charming, whichever one. But this card reminds me of a Prince Charming. So it could be a woman who's very charming, who is very like your type, or a guy that's your type. Very romantic as well. Maybe sensitive, cause like Knight of Cups kind of energy, kind of feel. So just to quickly wrap this all up, you do have so Nine of Swords, overall energy. So being careful of this energy, worrying too much, could be about all of it, could be about certain parts of it. Your romance card is this trust. So I feel like this really ties everything well together. Like despite all your worries, just trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Have faith in the universe. Have faith in whatever you believe in yourself, in the universe. If you believe in God, have faith in God. Depending on your religion, of course. Also, what was I going to say? So it could be that something does happen, because at the top of the deck you have the Tower. You have the Three of Cups after that. So the Tower, and then at the back of the deck you have the Hangman, so letting go, and then you have the Temperance. So I see that's peace as well. So letting go, I'm seeing that as letting go of your worries. The Tower card being maybe some issues happening, maybe with the Four of Swords and the Six of Swords. In the Romance Oracle cards, at the top of the deck you have the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Express your love after that. And at the back you have got forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you express more love in your present moments. So that really goes well with this card. Six of Swords. Let me just check one more. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. So that could be the Four of Swords. Maybe someone you know, like a friend. You didn't have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is friendship as well. Maybe like a friend you know, or someone else in your circle. Could be a relationship for some of you. Maybe you're worried about deception. The card doesn't have to mean that deception is definitely happening. It could just be your worrying about deception. I just have to trust. So when I dropped this card to see what month this is like strongest in, or most applies to, it landed on this Four of Swords. Forgot to mention that. So I dropped it and it landed around here, this area, Four of Swords. Like it landed right above the Four of Swords actually. So yeah, so trust, especially in the month of March, with the Four of Swords. So that's woman scorned, woman looking for revenge. I'm going to stop this here. This has gotten quite long, but just real quick, at the top of this deck, you got the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups again, and you have strength. Then you have Five of Cups, regrets, and Eight of Wands, movement. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully this resonated. Oh, Temperance has come up, an Ace. And it's going too far in the deck. We've got Three of Pentacles there too. So some repeating cards. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this resonated. If you'd like to, you can like, share, comment, or subscribe.